I'm excited.
Okay, so I'm going to be walking you through a session today. We're asking people to try to use our website that we're working on to see whether it works as we intended, and this should take about 30 minutes today. The first thing I want to be clear about is that we're testing the website, not you. So you can't do anything wrong here. Don't be scared that you're hurting my or our feelings when if you say anything negative. We're doing this to improve the site, so we want to hear your honest reaction. As you use the site, I'm going to ask you to think out loud as much as possible, say what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, and what you're thinking. If you have any questions as we go along, you can ask it. I may not be able to answer them right away since we're trying to see how people do with the website when they don't have someone sitting next to them to help, like if they were just a user at home. If you still have any questions when we're done, I can try to answer them then. And if you need to take a break at any point, just let me know. So I'm going to be recording this session. So if you could give me verbal permission, that would be great.
Yes.
Okay. And so we'll only be using these to help us improve the website. It won't be used for anything else. So before I send you the website that I want you to look at, I just want to ask a few questions. How much time do you spend on the internet a week?
Oh, oh my gosh. Easily 20 to 30 hours.
And what websites do you go to a lot? What are your favorite websites, etc.?
Oh, I online shop a lot. That's a problem. Um, I used to read news when I had a job, and now I don't read the news as much because I listen to a lot of podcasts. But um, online shopping and law school stuff would be the two that I do the most.
Okay.
Oh, and reading research, but that's not, related to this.
Okay. So I'm going to send you the website, and I want you to look up the page and tell me what you make of it. So what strikes you about it? Whose site do you think it is? What do you think you can do here? What do you think this site is for? So look around and give me your narrative, talk out loud. You can scroll if you want to, but again, don't click on anything yet.
Okay.
Again, this is also a mock-up of a website. It's not like our full website. So even if you were to click around, like it's not really clickable in most places right now. So
It's just for aesthetic purposes right now.
it's what?
Are we just looking at how it looks, or are we?
I want you to talk about not only how it looks, but its function.
Okay.
But I just want you to look at only a few pages. So like look at the home screen, want to know again what you make of that page, and then we'll go from there. So open it up and show me. I texted it to you.
Oh, okay. There you go. So I have to get out of here. Hold on a second.
I can send it on this meeting if you want.
Yeah, I got it.
So maybe full screen that.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. Am
Okay.
I full screen?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All
Okay.
right. So I too far because it's very.
Wait, what? I
I
couldn't.
like it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Message is pretty simple. Simplify school. Okay, this is cool. Do you guys do a subscription service? Is this what you do? Oh,
So keep
okay.
as you scroll around and as you move around, let me know what stands out to you. What could
Yeah, I recognize all of these guys. I recognize Quizlet and Chegg and Study Blue, so that makes me excited and gives it a little bit of credibility because you're like, oh, I know those logos. Okay. The Shutterstock thing is a little weird.
that's
I
just
don't know.
again, like I said, it's a mock-up. It's not.
Okay, cool,
Okay.
cool. Oh, food and deals appeals to me. That's like an extra thing that I don't think you normally get with um, a study type deal. This is a good service, the textbook thing. It is looking like it's just taking like the best aspects of all of these different things. You know how people used to do in school, um, like textbook resale values and stuff.
Yeah.
That's good fun. Flashcards is great. Um, this is just curiosity. Can you print the flashcards?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, well, if you could print the flashcards, that would be really useful to me because I just remember trying to do flashcards on the interwebs was really difficult for me. So I wound up making my own. Ooh, I like this quote from Donna. Great quote.
Don't click on anything.
Okay, sorry, I almost clicked. I did click.
I heard you click. Um, so now that you've kind of looked at this one page, I have a few questions. What is the site about for you? Like based on what you've seen? What is the site about? What can you do on this website?
Okay, so it looks like it is basically for college students. Doesn't look like you're trying to appeal to high schoolers.
Why?
Um,
How do you say that?
these are typically things that I guess maybe it's just my mindset that I've most recently been in. But I feel like also these things can typically be offered more easily by a high school, and also you wouldn't be like looking.
Did you mean by college?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, actually, no. Like high schools have like tutoring centers usually.
Oh yeah.
Um, well, depending on what kind of access you have to that, but um, and normally I could just go to my teachers when I was in high school, and I felt and jobs is a big one. Like you don't really need an internship when you're in high school.
What about part-time jobs?
Um, I feel like part-time jobs when you're younger typically is like you're working at like an ice cream shop.
Hmm.
It's not something that you want. Well, I mean, that's just me, but I think that other people might view that very differently. Like I'm not a highest overachiever, so this could be something good for a high school student who is looking to make themselves stand out.
Is there anything about the design that screamed college that made you say that?
I think the Chegg thing and the Quizlet thing, like these are just things that I only started hearing about in college because I think high school you had more access to like old tests or just like you used a textbook that you could like study exactly from there. It's like Chegg is like, from my understanding, places where you could get like sample questions and study guides without having to do it yourself because you didn't really have to do that in high school.
Mhm. Okay, so what feeling do you get when you look at this website? Is it what's like your state?
It's definitely simple. And um, the one thing that kind of stood out to me that I didn't love, just as like a mock up from a mock up prescription,
Mm-hmm.
um, was just that the text from, can you see what I'm
Yeah,
circling?
I can see what you're.
Okay, just check. Um, the text on Simplify School is different than Spitball, but I feel like that would be a difficult text to make. I meant font. The fonts are different, and
Mhm.
that just kind of like stood out to me for some reason. Um, but also now that I'm looking at this, the millions of documents, like find study guides, homework, and notes for courses at your school. I feel like you would that would connect more closely to a college audience because um, you might not know the people who have taken the courses before you, but if they use Spitball and also provide their documents, I'm assuming that it's kind of like you upload yours and I'll upload mine type deal.
Mhm.
Um, homework help is cool too.
Um,
Oh, but how does it make you feel?
mhm.
Um, it's definitely a very simple and intuitive, like I understand exactly what you're trying to tell me for all of these, um, which definitely resonates with your message. Um, I want like the this to somehow be like more modern. Like I don't know how you could do that. And I don't mean modern per se.
What's a word or like what's a company aesthetic that you maybe would want it to be more like?
Ooh.
or a word. It could be either way, but just either helps.
like monochromatic and
Mhm.
like, but then that could also easily make it boring.
Mhm. In terms of all of the designs or just up top?
Probably up top, maybe. Like if this, I like the background, but maybe if it was just like white or something. I
Mhm.
don't know why the gradient just confuses me.
Okay, so when you first got to this website, what stood out the most? And I mean, you kind of went over it when you first started talking, but what do you think needs to stand out more, if anything?
Probably the spitball, because if I were to not know anything about this and were to look at this website, I would think that this is called the Simplify School.
Yeah.
Like there maybe it could be something that would go away once you scroll past it, like here, and then you scroll down, it's gone.
Hmm.
But just making this more noticeable and really enforcing your brand, because right now, yes, this is at the top corner, but otherwise there's not really any other, I guess, down here. But like you really want people to see this and be like, okay, spitball. And do you guys have like a little logo or like image that is associated with spitball, or is it just that?
We have a logo.
Okay, I feel like everything that I'm thinking of would be like kind of gross.
What?
I'm thinking like your logo should be like a spitball, but that's like gross.
Yeah, no, we actually do have a spitball. I'll show you it after. So
Gross.
if you were looking at this page, what would you want to be able to click on? And what would you want to see when you did click on that?
So it depends on what I came here for, because if someone told me, um, oh yeah, you can, I would want to search because I would most likely come here with something specific in mind. So I think the search is really good. Um, and let's say I wanted to find, like someone told me, oh, you can come here to find like a tutor. I would want to say like, assuming I was in college, like tutors in Nashville area for chemistry.
Okay.
Um, or like add like Belmont or something, like
Mhm.
knowing exactly what they what classes they took would be good. Um, knowing like the relevant test scores, like let's say you're taking GMAT or something, if you're looking for a GMAT tutor, um, all of those things would be helpful.
Mhm.
Uh, the documents, I think, would be great also if you could just type in like study guide for medieval art history, and like all of those relevant things would come up.
Mhm.
And you download that or view it if you wanted to.
So, what do you think you're going to see? What would you initially think you could put in the search bar based on what you've seen on this website?
Okay, I'm thinking study documents, textbooks, deals, tutors, and more. Um,
And how would you search? Like if you what would how would you phrase it? What would you search for?
probably, let's say I'm still looking for like a medieval art history study guide. So I would put that in, um, or even I used to search like the direct name of the course, like the exact course number, because usually if I was really looking for study guides, it would be in like an intro course, and a lot of intro courses had the same material.
Hmm.
Um, it wasn't an intro course, and I would sometimes find material from kids who actually went to my school. So either like the general name of the course, like medieval art history, or like art or Heart 225, and see what that comes up with.
Yeah. So if
And
you did search like medieval art history, what would you expect to see on that results page?
um, probably like study guides type deal, like outlines. I was big time on other people's outlines, which I don't know how helpful that was, but maybe like some flashcards, some sample quizzes for like midterm or like this era quiz or something like that. Things that can just help you study. And then if it's relevant, like someone who's taken this course that is like offering tutoring services, perhaps.
You would want to see that all in one place, like all on the results page at the same
I
time.
I think dividing it would be like if you could perhaps refine it. Like this is a really simple and intuitive looking bar. So if you just typed in medieval art history, um, you could maybe refine your searches by like textbook documents or um, tutors or like deals. Like let's say it was like a medieval times deal or something. Um, I probably wouldn't expect to see food deals on that. Um, that would be helpful. I think maybe having a little drop down that says like all textbooks, documents, homework, study guides, that kind of thing. Or you could like click off what you're looking for on the next screen. I think right now this looks like really simple and easy to use and intuitive.
Okay, thank you. So that's all we'll look at on this screen. If you click into the search bar, will you do that for me?
Mhm.
Pause there.
Awesome.
What do you think of what you're seeing right now?
Okay, so I was obviously pretty pleased. This is really cool. Like, find me. Oh, I like that you can talk to it.
1 second.
um,
Will you hold on 1 second? Sorry, I'm getting kicked out of my.
don't worry. Okay.
Yeah, but not right
How do you open this door? I'm stuck. Thank
now. No
you.
worries.
Okay, there are no comments rooms open. 1 second. Sorry. Okay, I'm bringing you into my office. Sorry, I have to do this in here because all the comments rooms I got kicked out of. So it's going to be out loud. Okay, so what do you see?
I'm loving the way that you can interact with it. Sorry, 1 second. I'm getting a new. Um, I think it's like a very great way to structure examples because you can see everything that you offer and then how specific you need to be in order to find what you're looking for.
The noise. I'm recording this. Okay, and are these good examples? Is this how you would phrase if you were searching? What do you think about what you're seeing?
This would lead me to believe that that's like the find me flashcards part. That would lead me to believe that you would need to type in like the verb find me or like show me, something like that. But I would probably just type in flashcards for financial accounting or class notes for um, this. Why does it say my calculus class? Do you upload like your class schedule while you're
I'm not going to answer that.
okay? Well, that leads me to believe that, which would be really cool. It knows what school and what classes you're taking. So that's pretty helpful. Because it makes it better than Google, which obviously you would have to refine things and then you would miss out on opportunities if you don't refine it correctly. And then you can do more general things like difference between meiosis and mitosis, which is cool. And, you know, it's good that you can look and then maybe find related articles that would help you better understand the entire like topic that those are related to. I guess cellular biology. I don't know. And I think the find me a job in marketing is interesting because I would assume that you can later refine. It would like start off at your current location, like wherever your school is located, but you can maybe say like, oh, I want a job in New York, and it can show you jobs in New York, hopefully. And the textbook thing, exactly, yeah. It's really easy because you can find people selling, hopefully, selling the textbook that you're looking for your class. So yeah, I'm loving these examples.
Okay, so now you can go ahead and click on Find Me class notes for my calculus class.
Ooh, okay, good. I'm so curious. Okay.
So now, again, like you did for the first page, just go look around and see, give me a narrative as you see everything and let me know what you're thinking, what you think the function of things are, what is popping out to you the most, etc.
Okay, so I love that at the top it already says you can tailor the results by adding your school and classes, because obviously that makes it a lot more personalized. But if you don't tailor your results, I like that it starts off with like a basic Cliff's Notes calculus overview type deal, and then it goes into different topics that you might be struggling with. I have no idea what this thing is.
What thing is?
Report states that a 5 mm smooth round calculus is noted at the function. Oh, because it says calculus and notes. Yeah, so this is definitely. Oh, I like that you can chat with a classmate or post a question to the whole class, which would definitely be great if you got everyone. It's kind of, it feels like that would be dependent upon people actually participating and like signing up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a lot of people from your school and your class to sign up for it, which would be interesting if you could like work with teachers at universities to have them like recommend and endorse it, because people are always looking for ways to ask questions with their classmates, and it winds up being like an awkward Facebook post or just like texting or Facebook messaging someone individually to ask a question. But this is just like, yeah, everyone needs resources and we're all in this together type deal. I like that on the side you can refine it, like flashcards, tutors, jobs, textbooks, all of that. So if you actually wanted like a calculus job, something related to that, you could go into. Oh, I'm so excited.
So what do you think would pop up if you, like, let's say, clicked on flashcards from here?
Hopefully some calculus related flashcards. Like just basically different, something similar to the like general calculus and then critical points, normal, like something that has different sets of flashcards for different areas of calculus that you might be interested in learning about.
What do you think about the amount of information you're given on each result?
I think it's good because you might not know that tangent and normal lines are related to derivatives or something, but you can see, okay, like it kind of goes into a little summary of what you're going to see within the notes. And this report states one, I wouldn't have known anything about this, and I would have like probably clicked on it thinking that like, oh, this is something that I really don't know what this is, but I just know that it's unrelated because of the summary. And also, like, let's say I don't even have to click on some of these to know the definition or like how to use them, so that's pretty useful.
What do you think would happen what do you think is in, if you scroll back up, your settings? What can you change there?
As in like personalized results, like my courses, that kind of deal.
Your courses? What would happen if you clicked on? Wait, sorry, what?
What would happen if I personalized my results, you mean?
No, if you went to settings on the bottom left.
Oh, maybe you could personalize the way that your results come up. Like I don't really know. Probably personalized results as well. Like you could probably put in, I want to see from this school. I guess that depends on whether you have an account. But
What would clicking on my courses up at the top right there under I found some documents that might help check them out. What would that do you think? What would you expect to see?
well, if you personalized your course load, then you'd probably be able to see, okay, you're taking like a higher level of calculus than just like intro. Then they can show you things that are related to your class notes for calculus, like the course that you're taking, I assume, if you've loaded your information into it.
And what about if you click sources?
That's what I was just thinking. Maybe it would define them by, like, let's say you only want to see Quizlet or like Chegg results. That would, oh, or if you wanted to see like notes that people have posted from your class, that would be cool. Because if someone's actually uploaded from your class, that's often more helpful than just finding a generic study guide.
And if you were to go to the search bar, what would you, if you clicked back into the search bar up top, what do you think would happen?
Probably you can edit what you're looking to search, or maybe they would give you like suggestions, like find me class notes about like derivatives for my calculus class. I don't really know.
So let's say you wanted to do a whole new search.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, for any reason, go back to that original page that we were looking at? Or do you?
No, I would probably go back to the top and just delete this search that I have and start a new one. Because usually when you press back on any type of web page, it kind of like asks you, like, do you want to send form again? And it's always really annoying. Or if I wanted to keep this, I would maybe make a new tab that has just the original Spitball website on it and start my search over.
What do you think would happen if you click into ask a question? What do you think you can get out of that?
From what you guys seem to be offering, it's either you can ask a question to your entire class or maybe someone who might be an expert that you guys have on hand type deal.
So now I'm just going to ask the same questions I kind of asked after the first page. Now, do you think you understand what the site is about? And if you do think you understand, can you give me a summary of what you think we do?
Yeah, it's looking like you're just aggregating all of the resources from, I don't know if you guys partner with Quizlet and Chegg, but it seems like you're putting all of the things that these resources offer and you're offering them all in one place so that you don't really have to look around to like 8 different websites to find like tutors and flashcards and ask questions, and textbooks. That's a big one too. And kind of just making it your one-stop shop for everything college or high school related. I'm not sure whether, I guess high school kids take calculus. But I would like, if I was in high school, I'd be looking for like AB calculus. I wouldn't be looking just for calculus, like pre-calc.
What feeling do you get from the website now that you've seen 2 pages or a few pages? What feeling do you get?
I like it. It seems like really simple and intuitive. I like that it's not like covered in ads because that's always cool. Feels a little less skeezy just because whenever I see whenever I go on like Cliff Notes, I feel like I'm cheating. I like how intuitive it is. And I like that also. I like that this you can chat with a classmate comes up like kind of through your like in the middle of your search almost. It's like okay, like I've seen a couple things and I have no idea actually what I'm looking for. Like I can post the question. That's cool. It seems like it works pretty well for what you're for at least finding class notes.
All right. Well, I think that's it. If you have any other like things that stand out to you or any questions.
Really loved the examples. Big time fan of them.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you.
What do I do? Do I X out?